are some things that are universal. For example, our emotions as a human race. We all feel things like desire, love, sense of achievement, fear, the need to protect, and the need for safety. Using this, you can revolve the theme of the story around a certain emotional journey. This will be the best way to get the story across because people are able to relate to these feelings without knowing the context. Meaning, the plot, the environment, and even the music can be very different, but because of these shared emotions, the story will be relatable. 2. If possible, use a lingua franca or don't use words at all. Lingua franca is a common language that is adopted by people whose native languages are different so that they can understand each other. For example, Swahili is a lingua franca of Kenya, Tanzania, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Other than using a lingua franca, it is said that people generally prefer watching or interacting with things that do not need subtitles. Therefore, we need to keep this in mind. Another creative way would be not to use words at all. Hash used the Pingu animations as an example of that. The animations only made these random weird noises, but they were still the most loved characters back in the day. Another great example would be Mr. Bean. It is very popular, yet he never really says anything. 3. Make the design inclusive. It's good to consider the fact that some people are colorblind and they cannot appreciate color like the rest of us. What do you have to cater to someone who is not able to hear? It's good to take these things into account. Inclusive design ensures that everyone can relate to your story. 4. If possible, allow the mirror images or representations. We relate most to our mirror images, so even with our great ability to empathize, as human beings, nothing beats stories with characters representing people who are like us. 5. Introduce context in small, digestible doses. Remember to give everything in moderation. Give the player a chance to explore and discover things on their own instead of telling them everything. Give them snippets of context. Immerse them in context without them even realizing. It could be in the landscape they are walking through, or it could be in the sound that they are listening to. Soon they discover something which helps them make a connection. This makes them curious and leaves them wanting to find out more. They keep on discovering things and ultimately you don't have to explain much to them. Great stories are the kind you figure out on your own because you feel a part of it when you understand what is going on. What are examples of games that have gotten the story right? Never Alone. The sole purpose it was made for was to keep one traditional culture going because its native languages were dying out. The Alaska Native community of storytellers and elders decided to create a game that delves deeply into the traditional lore of the Inupiat people. That way, they could preserve the stories of their young ones as well as share them with the rest of the world. Unravel. It is based in Sweden and is influenced by the northern Scandinavian landscape. The main character is not a human being, but a ball of wool, the kind you use to knit with. The environment, the music, and the design used are inherently Nordic. This is a way to bring out the rich culture of the Nordic region through design. It is a heartfelt story of reconnecting the memories of a long-lost family told completely without words. Equally, it is based on a Finnish fairy tale and the main character of this game is a bird. Pikuli means nonsense or gibberish. This Finnish game won the hearts of children in India, China, Brazil, South Korea, and Slovakia. Ultimately, if we create games that are more inclusive, we'll give more people a chance to improve their playing skills and hopefully even become game developers themselves. The gameplay should also be put into consideration. However, to make the game more intercultural, striking a balance between storytelling and gameplay will be important. We need to make great stories that can go global in order to share our values, create awareness of our incredible rich culture, and help the world connect a little bit more. At the end of the day, we all want our creations to make an impact, outlive us, and be our legacies. So, can we go out there and create experiences that resonate globally? Go on, say it with me. Yes, we can.